I'm hyped for it either way. Then our last
Yeah.
MCU topic though is something that like I don't know, I felt like kind of like a no-brainer to me in a lot of ways, but you never know in today's age. But a producer on Black Panther has come out and said that they are not going to be doing a digital recreation of Chadwick Boseman. May he rest in peace. Uh, for any sort of future Black Panther series or appearances or anything like that. They're not going to be digitally recreating Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa. The only kind of thing that kind of caught me off guard in a lot of ways with this article was the fact that they go on to say that this producer goes on to say that they don't even know what they're wanting to do and where they're going with the Black Panther franchise. Which
Sure.
which I mean, I can see where they probably just said that off the cuff, and I'm sure, like in the grand scheme of things, they probably do know where they're going. But because I feel like too, like this article includes like a comment from the actress who plays Shiri, where it just kind of goes on to say that like we're still mourning Chadwick, and we're not really like it was. I feel like a lot of this is like we're not really trying to talk about this stuff right now.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of this is being polite, just to the people, just like this is the last
Sure.
thing we want to talk about. We just lost Chadwick. We're not trying to talk about this. So that's what it feels like to me anyway. Because I really
I mean,
highly doubt they don't know what they're doing. But
we're 2 months. We're a
yeah,
little over 2 months removed from the guy passing, and by all accounts, and nobody else knew. I mean,
yeah,
this is something that is very still raw. I'm sure for a lot of the people that knew him and were involved with that. It's raw for the fans even. Um, but I will say, just like you said, I mean, this is a no-brainer. Of course, you can't bring him back digitally. You can't recreate him digitally. I mean, like, to be, not to get off topic or anything, but I hate that it has to be under these circumstances. But I think it's setting a good precedent because, you know, I don't want to see movies delve into the arena of digitally created actors,
yeah.
either out of necessity or just out of ability. I don't want to see that happen. I want to see real people portray these characters. I don't want to see somebody, you know, direct or writing code to have them have these portrayals take place. So,
Yeah, I think
um,
there's definitely a time and a place for it. Like with Tarkin, I can see like in Rogue One,
okay,
I can
yeah,
see like why like they didn't need to do it. Like they could have
hmm
just not had Tarkin. But I can see
hmm
why they wanted to, and, like, where
sure,
it made sense for the story, and it wasn't the Tarkin movie. You know what I mean? Like, I could never see like, 'cause there were rumors, not really rumors, like, there were announcements saying that, like, I forget, like, what the movie was gonna be called or
and
what the movie
and
is, but they were recreating James Dean. James Dean was gonna star in this movie. That's absurd. That's
sure,
not James Dean, like, and you
no,
don't need it to be James Dean, and, like, the producer of this movie literally said, like, I'm quoting him, that James Dean is the perfect actor to play this character, and that's why they're doing it. And it's like,
and it's
no,
and
he's
then,
not.
like you said, in that case, that's not James Dean. That's your interpretation of what James Dean
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whoever's doing
it's
the
insane.
programming. So, and Tarkin, like you said, Tarkin had it's a different type of feel. Tarkin being in Rogue One was almost an homage to
Yeah,
the actor that portrayed that role. He wasn't the main. If you do it with Chadwick Boseman, if you do it with James Dean, you're making money off of that character, off of that actor's portrayal, without them in any way, shape, or form being involved. And then it becomes a whole nother thing. It's not just an homage at that point. You're not honoring their legacy. You're not honoring what they did before. You're blatantly trying to market a movie that they had no control over.
yeah.
And so yeah, it might be a fine line, but there's definitely a line there between those two.
There's definitely, but I would
Mhm.
never want to see because that's the thing too. If you're gonna, there's a difference between using the likeness of somebody, like that Avengers game, for instance. If they wanted to use the likeness of all the actors as the character models for the game, fine. Like,
Yeah.
that's perfectly fine. And it's like if you wanna make an animated CGI movie and use their likeness and have them come in and do the voices even, like, fine. Even if they can't do the voices, because let's say they did make an animated one and since Chadwick's passed away, if like the estate signed off on like a cartoon movie using his likeness and someone does the voice, fine. But I definitely don't want to watch a movie where you're completely digitally recreating like the character and having some other person, like Sean Gunn who does like all the Rocket Raccoon CGI green suit. Well, I don't want to know that that's what's going on. You have some random
Yeah.
person like sitting there because it's not Chadwick, and Chadwick wouldn't want that either. I'm not gonna speak for I don't know the man, or I never knew the man, but, like, with a lot of these characters, a lot of people who play them, I feel like they would wanna see the character live on, like, have someone else come and take the mantle and do it, and not, like, have another character other than T'Challa be Black Panther, like, have someone
Sure.
else come in and take the reins, and 'cause T'Challa is an important character, and I'm
Yeah.
sure anybody attached to you know, the creation of, Black Panther and everything, they want the character itself to live on. Like,
Yeah.
the actors are there to serve, like, the character and the story, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't like anything that comes in, like, to interfering with that to, like, suit, like, picking an actor, like, you should never build your movie around an actor. You should build the movie around the story and get the actors are just there to serve the character, which serves the story, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, Black Panther can live on and be just as successful with or without him, like, and, digitally recreating him, not the way to go. It's
No.
kinda it's because then you run into the whole issue too with, like, the estate has to get involved. 'Cause this is like what come up with like the James Dean thing. It's like the estate signed off on it, it's fine. It's like, well, yeah, the estate would sign off on it because they're gonna make money off it. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, and it's like you said, you have these people who are like completely disassociated with like James Dean's dead. Like he has no say on this. Like it's ridiculous. Like it's
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous. Not that like I said, I don't know Chadwick Boseman, never knew him, but like not that he wouldn't be okay with it, but like I just can't imagine anyone wanting that like anybody to use their appearance in that kind of way. Like with the Tarkin thing, we're like paying homage, doing a quick thing, sure. There's like that's fine, but making an entire movie with just you get in such a murky area of just like I don't think anybody's asking for it. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not a good place. Not a good place to be. But, that covers all the MCU talk. That ends it, which, like, there's some good stuff in there. Some things that were just kind of, like, expected, and some other things, like I said, super happy to see Chris Pratt coming into, Thor: Love and Thunder, so I hope they can wanna see some Asgardians of the Galaxy. I at least wanna see the Asgardians of the Galaxy wrapped up in some way, even if it was supposed to just be like a throwaway joke teaser thing at the end. Like I want them to wrap it up because it was a very good setup. That kind of like John said, their chemistry between the two Chris's was set up real nice. So I could totally see why people would be disappointed if it wasn't wrapped up in some way. So, but let us know what you guys think about those topics down in the comment section below.